Welcome to Kharis Tutorials. I'm Simeon. I'll be showing you how to make a shirt dress with lapel. I used 3 yards of Ankara fabric in my tutorial, and you might be needing more than that depending on your size. Also, you don't want to limit the style to just Ankara fabric because it can be considered as your office dress. So go ahead, use any fabric of your choice and achieve the style. The measurements we'll be working with are the underbust and the full length, the shoulder measurements, sleeve measurements, the round sleeve, bust circumference, under bust circumference, the waist and the hip circumference measurements. Don't forget we upload our cutting and sewing tutorials separately. If you watch how to cut, remember to watch how to sew. And if this is your first time on our channel, kindly click the subscribe and the bell button to get notified each time we upload a new video. I'll be answering some questions at the end of this tutorial, and you never can tell, your question might possibly be one of it. So stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Let's get to it. Welcome back. First, I'm going to cut the back, and to fold our fabric, I folded using the hip measurement plus 6 divided by 4, and that's because I'm not going to add lining, and it's going to have princess darts at both the front and the back. So the 6 inches means your normal measurements divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches. So I folded using the hip plus 6 divided by 4. The length, I added 3 inches to the length. The length is 40 plus 3 inches, I have my 43. Now this is my 8.5 inches for armhole, the standard measurements, and you can also use 9 inches depending on the size. And I have my 12 inches, which is from the shoulder to the under bust measurement. Now I have my shoulder divided by 2, and I have my bust measurements plus 6 divided by 4 here, and below the under bust length I have my under bust circumference measurements plus 6 divided by 4. Measured down, I have my waist measurement plus 6 divided by 4, and I have my hip measurement plus 6 divided by 4, and the hip measurement plus 6 divided by 4 is 10.5. So at the base I also took my 10.5 inches. I didn't subtract anything. So I'm going to connect all this. If you have your curve set, you can use that, and in the absence of that, you can just make use of your normal sketching. If you have your curve set, you can go ahead and use it. So I'm going to cut this out. Like I said, this is going to be the back. To cut out the front, I'm going to place the back and I'll add allowance. Now cutting the front. To cut the front, I folded my fabric and added extra 6 inches. Now the first thing we need to do, measure the length of the neck design, which the depth is 2.5 inches, and remember to slant by 1 inch. I've done that. The depth is 1. This is the back. Neck width 2.5, depth of 1 inch, and still on the front, I'm going to trace out the shape by the side first. And from the base, I took the measurement of 1.5 inches. This is 1.5 inches. And all the way, my 1.5 inches comes all the way to the under bust length. This is our under bust of 12 inches. So the 1.5 inches stops at the under bust measurement. Now, I have the depth measurement of 3 inches. This is my straight line. 3 inches, and I took 1 inch. I move up by 1 inch. This is where the normal measurement stops. This is where the normal measurement stops. So from my 1 inch, I slant to the point where our normal measurement stops. Then I took out my round neck measurements. So this depth now is 3 inches, and my 3 inches straight to the edge of my folding, and I measured 1 inch up, and I slant to our normal measurements. These are normal measurements, so I slant to that point. Now I'm not going to cut from this point. I'll start my cutting from here. I'm going to show you the reason for this soon. Okay, so from here I'm going to cut to meet my 1.5 inches, but it's not going to be a straight line. I'm going to curve it. You can create your own design. This is just the form of design anyway. So I don't want a slant shape, I want it curved to my 1.5 inches. So I'm going to cut it out. Now, like I told us, I'm going to explain why I have to go up by 1 inch. Now, if I cut it out straight, this is my lapel. By the time I fold back, it's going to face down. So I don't want it facing down really. So I want it to come out as a straight shape. Otherwise, it would have come out this way, facing down. So I don't want it to face down. That's the reason for my 1 inch. The 1 inch I took up so that I can have it this way. So in case you still want it to come out straight, you can still go by 2-3 inches depending on your choice. So this is how it's going to come out. The next thing I'm going to do is to cut out a facing, and that means I'm going to chalk it out like this. So I'm going to use the same fabric to cut out this part of my dress. So all I need to do is place another fabric, then I'll cut it out. So I'm going to cut this part of the fabric just like a normal facing. The next thing I'm going to cut is my sleeve. So on this part of the fabric, I'm going to iron my BFF. So you can cut out the sleeve of your choice. I'm not going to show us how to cut the sleeve here in this tutorial. So I guess that's the end of our cutting. My first question here is Okonko Christiana. Please, how do you top stitch? Is it on the lining or on the main fabric? Yes, you top stitch on your lining. The second question I have, Sach Agawa, why the 2 inches at the front part? Okay, that's on the padded blouse. Because it's a padded blouse, we need to add extra 2 inches so that by the time we cut and join the fabric, we will not have a shorter measurement. I also have Tumishe Rosemary. I love this style. Thank you, darling. Okay, please, what is the name of the orange fabric? It's a plain Daviva fabric. And is it black material? Is the black material Lapra? Yes, it is. It's a Lapra material. But you can use any material of your choice. You don't necessarily have to go for a Lapra material. Also, I have Obakme Dori. She said, in this tutorial, why did you not use stretch material for the orange side? Okay, I use the orange material available in the store, but you can go ahead and use any material of your choice. And I have Stella Yumolu. Thanks for this wonderful tutorial. Thank you too. Please, I have a question. How did you arrive at 8 you added to the bust? Okay, 8 inches. I normally add 8 inches to the measurement and divide by 4. At the end, you're still going to get the same thing as your measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches. So it's the same thing. Just choose the simplest one for you. I also have Olanitori Adedolapo. How did you come across 3 inches to the nipple points and 3.5? Okay, that's on the corset dressmaking. You need to take your measurement from the nipple point to the underbust and also to the side, to the front, and to the left. So that will be the last question we have for today. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. If this is your first time on this channel, click the bell and leave your comments in the comment section. Till I see you next class. Bye.